Well, thank you. It's an absolute honor to be up here, and as Jim said, it's an honor to have been part of one of the founding members of the CAQ with Cindy and many others around this table. So it's been a real treat for the last 10 years, and I think the real reason is because the CAQ adds a real value to not only the profession, but to society and the market and all the various stakeholders in general. And a lot of companies right now, and accounting firms as well, are talking about their higher purpose. That's the topic du jour, it seems like. It certainly is at our firm and in many other firms, as I see on their websites. But the CAQ clearly has a higher purpose. It benefits the profession, it benefits society, and it does that because of the topic that Cindy's asked me to talk about, which is connection. As Jim said, the CAQ has done an amazing job connecting all of the firms together and connecting with us with all of our stakeholders as well. And that's adding real value and something I think we're all proud of. All of these values that we're talking about are critically important to the CAQ's success and to all of our success. Values are critical to any organization's success, and I think research has shown, I know research has shown, that value-driven organizations are more successful over the long term. And I've heard, for example, in the current administration, people talking about unity. And I'm not sure if we're achieving unity on a political standpoint, but we're certainly achieving it as a profession. We don't always agree. We don't always agree with everyone in this room. But in general, we're working together, and the Center for Audit Quality has made a huge impact in achieving their purpose of getting us connected and working together. But I'd like to take it, because of my global role, to the global level, because I think connectivity is something that's critical at the global level. Now, I don't know if does everybody read any of you read Economist magazine? Some of you read Economist. I like the Economist magazine. I usually agree with it. It's a great magazine. This week's magazine talks about multinationals in retreat. And I don't know if you saw the cover story, right? And the conclusion, of course, the Economist, like any good publication, gives its opinion. It says, the world is losing its taste for global business. And I must say I disagree. I mean, when I look at what we're doing at a regulator standpoint, from IFER to the accounting firms to our clients, to not just our clients, everyone's clients, companies in general, organizations, I think multinational, as Harvey said earlier, others said earlier in the panel before, multinational, thinking across borders is more important today than ever before. We just have to rethink how we do it. And we're seeing evidence of that. I mean, we're seeing the need for technological change and how we connect. We're seeing the need for how we rethink our approach to everything we do. And certainly from a technology standpoint, I know Cindy mentioned we're all investing, the accounting firms are all investing millions upon millions of dollars in artificial intelligence, new audit tools, new technology, et cetera. But we're seeing the world staying connected. Global mergers are happening. You saw a bunch announced last week. There will be more announced every week. The world is still getting smaller. Yes, there will be some wars going on, not real wars, hopefully, but things like tax wars, disagreements over how we should approach different issues. But the stock markets, I think, again, as Mark and others said before, are integrally connected from an international perspective. And we need to think about how we do that. And it impacts everybody, not just big companies. Every startup company looks at the world as its playground. It impacts our people. Mark talked about talent. Every young person wants to be connected with the world, and we have to think of innovative ways to connect with the world, whether it's through global jams that get tens of thousands of people online, or using Yammer or other tools, Skype or FaceTime. I know kids today, that's the only way they connect, is through FaceTime and video conferencing. We need to be leaders in that as a profession and thinking about how we connect globally. So I guess the conclusion I would give you is that the CAQ has made a huge difference, but it's up to all of us to think about how we connect going forward and rethink that with new approaches. Understanding local cultures, national cultures, global cultures, understanding our differences and where we agree, using technology and innovation everywhere we can, and taking advantage of the opportunities that are out there. Because I think that by increasing our connectivity, we will achieve our higher purpose of enabling us to improve the audit, not just in the US, but on a global level. So I hope you join me in that journey. going forward. I know the CAQ will continue to play a role. And I must add that the CAQ continues to play a major role on a global stage with the Global Public Policy Committee, with the global CEOs, and as a global leader. So thank you, Cindy. Thank you, the CAQ.